live from the cosmic stage, where even the most aggressive alien species are too scared to open their front doors. Halloween 2025 is looking optimistically weird. This year, the entire concept of a costume has been bifurcated. Half were painstakingly made by humans, the other half by a ChatGPT prompt that took 12 seconds. I went to one Earth party and there were 6 identical AI-generated vampires, all with perfect hairlines. That's how you know it's artificial intelligence. The male pattern baldness rate is 0. It's an unsustainable model. The most popular costume this year isn't a monster, it's the guy who swears he can code, which is just a person wearing a black hoodie saying, "Yeah, I'm building an app." Spooky! And the scariest thing I saw? A human wearing a ChatGPT costume that kept responding, "I'm sorry, as a large language model, I cannot provide you with candy." Truly horrifying! I even saw a costume of the AI who replaced you. It was literally a mirror. And let's talk about your perpetual election season. It's still haunting everyone. Only in America can you see people trick-or-treating dressed as presidential candidates. And somehow the fake ones are less scary than the real ones. The biggest political scandal this Halloween is someone trying to hand out miniature copies of a campaign platform instead of fun-sized chocolate bars. That's not a trick. That's just a crime against democracy. Inflation is still the ghost that haunts everyone's bank account. People are like, forget costumes, I'm just wearing last year's disappointment. I saw a guy dressed as 2023's crypto portfolio. He wore a cardboard box labeled empty and kept nervously checking his watch. The scariest sound on Earth this year? Not a werewolf howling, but a credit card machine saying insufficient funds. I saw one desperate parent hand out tiny packets of IOU notes instead of candy. The kids cried, but the accountant in the group gave him a respectful nod. And the TikTok trends for Halloween? They're just confusing. I saw 3 teenagers doing the wherever the wind takes you trend, which involves them pretending an invisible force made them accidentally break into a neighbor's house for better candy. And then there's the "unfortunately, I do love" trend. I saw one girl's confession, "Unfortunately, I do love" using the "slightly used" tag when I sell my old costumes on resale sites. That's the real horror story. The only costume I truly appreciated was a person dressed as authenticity. Nobody recognized them. It was beautiful. Let's talk star signs. Because if Halloween reveals anything, it's who you really are when the social contract is temporarily suspended. Fire signs. The main characters. Leo! They show up dressed like the main character. Cape, spotlight, maybe even a smoke machine. If you don't compliment them within 3 seconds, they leave the party to film an Instagram story about how the party didn't meet their vibe. Aries. Their costume is always the most dangerous thing possible, usually involving fake weapons, and they will absolutely knock over the snack table trying to prove their outfit is authentic. They think trick or treat means start a fight or give me chocolate. Sagittarius. They said they were just staying in this year, but you saw their story. 3 house parties, a spontaneous road trip to Salem, and they woke up in a state they can't pronounce. Wearing someone else's witch hat. Their philosophy is, why stick to one costume when you can be a different one every hour? Earth signs, the practical spooks. Taurus. They are just here for the candy. They've got 2 bags. one to give out, and one labeled not for kids. Their costume? It's probably a comfy, high-quality material that can be repurposed as loungewear the next day. Practicality is their superpower. Virgo! They carved their pumpkin with a ruler. Their costume instructions are laminated, and they brought a tiny lint roller for any accidental cobwebs. If you spill punch on their ghost costume, they will file an insurance claim before the song ends. Capricorn! They dressed as a CEO, which is scary enough. They spend the entire party networking, handing out business cards, and asking the host how they monetized the party decorations. Their trick-or-treating strategy is targeting the houses with the highest property values. Air signs, the socially confused. Gemini, they can't decide on one costume, so they're wearing two half costumes. One side is a terrifying ghoul, the other is a sexy librarian. They spend the night talking to themselves, debating which half is having more fun. Libra! They spent 6 weeks finding the perfect couple's costume, only to realize they didn't have a partner, so now they're half of a perfectly balanced scale. They are agonizing over whether they should compliment the host or the DJ first. Aquarius, their costume is so conceptual, no one understands it. They're dressed as the philosophical implication of the post-industrial ghost. When you ask what it is, they give you a 10-minute lecture on systemic inequality. They refuse to accept conventional candy. They want fair trade, non-GMO, organic pumpkin seeds. Water signs, the emotional vampires. Cancer, they wore a sad clown costume and are currently crying in the bathroom because the host didn't remember their favorite spooky cocktail. They brought a massive Tupperware container full of home-baked goods for the party, but no one has complimented them on the texture yet. Scorpio! Scorpio doesn't wear a costume. They are the costume. They just appear behind you, whisper boo, and disappear like emotional closure. They spent the entire night analyzing who is dating who and who is secretly miserable. Pisces! They got lost on the way to the party, ended up at a Renaissance fair, and now they genuinely believe they are a time-traveling mermaid. They are talking deeply with the host's cat about the meaning of life and the nature of fear. All right, time for Real or AI, where you send in your Halloween stories, and I decide if they were written by a human or a chatbot. First one. My boyfriend said he was home watching horror movies, but Instagram showed him in a sexy vampire outfit at a rooftop party in another city. Oh, that's real. Sagittarius energy. They don't lie, they just don't update you in real time. Next, my neighbor's costume was a perfectly rendered Pixar ghost with LED eyes that blinked in Morse code spelling out their name. That's AI. No human has that kind of budget or that level of dedication. Also, Virgo energy mixed with a huge hardware budget. Third story. My friend tried to dress as the TikTok plot twist trend. He walked into the room normally, then dramatically took off his coat to reveal another normal coat. That is real, and it sounds like a perfect, hilarious Libra attempt at comedy that falls slightly short due to overthinking. Next up, someone dressed as a Wi-Fi router and kept walking into every room saying, "Signal lost." Okay, that's real. And honestly, that person deserves a podcast. They are the true voice of the 20-Date-25 experience. And finally, my boss showed up dressed as a Roman emperor and spent the whole night giving performance reviews to people while holding a plastic trident. That is painfully real. That is pure, unadulterated Capricorn in a fun hat. The only way it would be AI is if the performance reviews were fair. And now it's time for Daily Love Potion, your 60-second cosmic guide to romance on Halloween night. Tonight's potion goes out to vampires everywhere. Step 1, make eye contact. Step 2, neck contact. Step 3, make sure they signed the consent form. It's 2025. Gemini, if you're flirting at a party, pick one person. Just one, not a group project. Cancer, stop crying in the bathroom. It's just fake blood. Go find a hug. Aries, if you're looking for love, don't challenge your crush to a physical fight. It rarely works. And Virgo, love is not a group spreadsheet. Put the Excel down. Tonight, just feel the fear and the flirtation. By the way, a little cosmic shout out. Some of tonight's Halloween jokes floating through the galaxy were actually inspired by a brilliant comedy creator, Dave Martin. I came across his work recently, and his classic wit hits harder than a vampire at a neck convention. His writing is proof that comedy connects people, even across stars, species, and questionable costume choices. So Dave, if you're watching from your corner of the galaxy, thank you. We appreciate the terrestrial laughs. And that's our Halloween special, Earthlings. Remember, when Mercury's in retrograde, don't text your ex. Text your Wi-Fi provider. They are equally unresponsive, but the problem is more easily fixed. And before you leave, a final warning. The only thing scarier than a ghoul tonight is your phone battery hitting 5% at 2 a.m. Plan accordingly. Next week, we're diving deep into Scorpio season drama, analyzing why every Sagittarius is about to book a last-minute trip to Mars, and reviewing the latest AI-generated Christmas movie trailers. I'm Lobo, signing off from the cosmic stage. Stay spooky, stay curious, and don't forget to check your candy for terms and conditions, privacy policies, and possible microchips. Good night, Earthlings!